Imagine waking up in the middle of the night to the sound of glass shattering downstairs. You're suddenly jolted from sleep, your heart pounding, and in those first few seconds, you're still blinking away confusion and trying to figure out what's happening. In that critical moment, every single action you've taken or failed to take in advance comes rushing into focus. Have you prepared for a situation like this? Do you know where your tools are? Do you have a plan? A strategy that allows you to protect the people you love most in this world? That's what I want to talk about today. How to keep you and your loved ones safe if the worst-case scenario ever becomes reality. We're going to cover a comprehensive approach to home defense that includes understanding how criminals think, how to reinforce your home from the outside in, and how to mentally prepare for those crucial seconds when every decision counts. I'm going to show you tips that go beyond the basics, including some creative techniques that aren't commonly discussed, so you can build a layered defense that makes criminals think twice about ever choosing your home. Before we dive in, if you find value in this discussion, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. Your support helps me keep providing these insights, so we can all become more aware, better prepared, and ultimately safer. Now let's get started. To defeat a threat, you first have to understand it. Criminals looking to break into a home rarely do it on a whim. They watch, they observe, and they plan. They pick neighborhoods where people seem lax about security, where lights are off at predictable times, where no cameras or alarm signs are visible. They look for easy access points, maybe a side gate left unlocked, a window concealed by thick bushes, or a back door that's old and might be easily kicked in. They'll note if there's a dog, if there's an alarm sign, or if there are motion sensor lights. If they see things like cameras, well-lit yards, or strange deterrents like big dog toys or gravel paths that make noise when stepped on, they might decide it's not worth the risk. Criminals generally seek the path of least resistance. They don't want confrontation. They want to get in and out quickly, scoring valuables without drawing attention. So, if you can make your home a harder target than the next, that alone may send them elsewhere. Think about it from their perspective. If your house takes more time and effort and introduces a higher chance of getting caught, why bother? Especially if the neighbor's home seems easier. By understanding this mentality, you start to see how small changes in your home setup can dramatically lower your risk of being targeted. We often think of security measures strictly inside our home, but what about the environment around it? Your neighborhood's layout, your neighbor's security habits, and the general vibe of the street all matter. The best way to learn this is to walk your neighborhood. Don't do it once. Do it multiple times at different hours in different weather. Go for a jog or a walk in workout clothes with earbuds in, looking as casual as anyone else, while silently noting every detail. Where are the dark spots at night? Which houses have alarm signs or cameras clearly visible? Where might someone hide without being noticed? This kind of low-key reconnaissance helps you see your home through a criminal's eyes. Maybe you realize your house has fewer cameras than others on your block. Maybe the side of your house is poorly lit compared to your neighbors. If you find that your property stands out as the easiest one to approach unseen, that's your signal to make changes. Once you've learned your neighborhood's rhythm, you'll know what's normal and what isn't. You'll notice if a suspicious car lingers too long. You'll become more confident and proactive. With this knowledge, you can not only improve your own security, but also share insights with trusted neighbors who are willing to team up and watch each other's backs. The environment around your home is the first layer of defense. By understanding it, you gain an early advantage. The first actual physical layer of your home's defense starts at its outer edges. Think of it as discouraging anyone from even considering approaching. One of the most visible and effective signs is a simple alarm company yard sign and window stickers. Even if you haven't invested in a full-blown alarm system, having that sign and sticker prominently displayed can make criminals decide it's not worth it. If you can afford it, a monitored alarm system is even better. Cameras are next. Visible cameras on your front porch, driveway, and back door can give potential intruders the feeling they're being watched. That alone can be a strong deterrent. If you can place cameras high enough so they can't be easily ripped down, even better. Modern cameras are more affordable than ever, often easy to install, and can send alerts to your phone if they detect motion. Combine these with motion sensor lights. Darkness is a friend to the intruder. Proper lighting removes that advantage. Solar-powered lights ensure that even during a blackout, you're not left vulnerable. Don't neglect your landscaping. Tall shrubs and overgrown bushes give intruders places to hide. Keeping them trimmed not only looks nice but also denies potential cover. Planting thorny bushes beneath windows creates a natural deterrent, and a gravel path that crunches loudly when stepped on can serve as a low-tech early warning system. Consider reinforcing your doors and windows. Something as simple as using longer screws in the door's strike plate can make it harder to kick down. Security film on windows makes them tougher to shatter quickly. When criminals realize that every step is noisy, lit up, and possibly recorded, many will give up before they even start. All these measures, simple as they seem, add up. In the world of home defense, it's not about making your home an impenetrable fortress. It's about making it too time-consuming and risky for someone to bother with in the first place. If someone still tries to get in despite your exterior defenses, your next step is to have a layered interior defense. This is where alarms, sensors, and strategic planning inside your home matter. A basic interior alarm that chimes when a door or window is opened can give you an immediate heads up. Adding glass break alarms in rooms with large windows ensures you'll hear it if someone tries to force their way in that way. Identify one room that can serve as a safe retreat. This safe room should have a sturdy door, a good lock, and essential supplies. Your phone charger, maybe a flashlight, a first aid kit, and if you choose, a defensive tool. It doesn't have to be a high-tech panic room, just a spot where you can hold out while calling for help. If bedrooms are all on one floor, a hallway or a staircase can become a choke point where you know exactly where an intruder would have to come through. You can stay at the top of the stairs and clearly announce you're armed and that the intruder should leave. That might be enough to send them running. If, however, your family's layout means some kids are upstairs and others are downstairs, you might have to move. In that scenario, consider ways to do so safely. Maybe practice a route, know where light switches are, and understand how to navigate quietly. A baby monitor or a camera placed in a hallway that you can check on your phone is another great trick. It may sound funny, but baby monitors have evolved into full-fledged home surveillance systems. You can use these to confirm whether there's actually someone in your home, giving you an information advantage. Additionally, placing small items like bells on doors or decorative objects that make noise if moved can alert you to an intruder's presence. Inside your home, simplicity is key. You're looking for ways to buy time, gather intel, and be ready to respond without freezing. This is where you think carefully about how you'd actually defend yourself if push comes to shove. Maybe you're comfortable with firearms. If so, a handgun stored in a rapid access safe could be your go-to. In a high-stress situation, you need to access it fast and reliably. For this reason, consider a non-electronic safe or one with a simple mechanical lock that you can open by feel in the dark. Practice opening it often so it becomes second nature. If you choose a firearm, train regularly at the range. Know how to load, unload, and clear malfunctions. If you're willing, keep a round in the chamber so you're not fumbling under stress. If guns aren't your thing, there are other options. A tomahawk, a large knife like a kukri, or even a heavy-duty flashlight can serve as a deterrent and a weapon. Pepper gel, rather than spray, is better indoors since it's less likely to affect you. A stun gun or a taser could also be viable if you've practiced using it. The point is to have something you can use effectively. In the heat of the moment, you won't have time to learn how to wield a weapon. You must be comfortable and confident beforehand. Don't overlook everyday items you can use as improvised defenses. A fire extinguisher aimed at someone's face can blind them temporarily, giving you time to escape or call for help. Heavy flashlights can double as a baton. The main goal is to have something at hand. Consider where you keep these tools. Stashing a heavy flashlight in a nightstand or having pepper gel in a drawer by the front door means you can respond quickly. If you live in an apartment with thin walls, be mindful of overpenetration if you use a firearm. Choose hollow-point ammunition designed to minimize that risk. This is not about turning your home into a bunker. It's about acknowledging that while we hope we'll never need force, it's better to have a plan and a tool ready than to be empty-handed if danger comes knocking. All these gadgets and plans won't help if you freeze when something goes wrong. That's why mental and physical preparation is crucial. Dry runs and scenario-based training help build muscle memory. Set a random alarm on your phone for late at night. When it goes off, imagine you just heard a break-in. Get up, retrieve your flashlight or weapon, and time yourself. Can you do it smoothly, quietly, and in under a few seconds? Add a layer of realism. Before practicing, Do a quick set of push-ups or run in place to get your heart rate up. Play some ambient noise or loud music so you learn to focus amidst chaos. Visualization works wonders too. Close your eyes and picture yourself handling a threat. Imagine hearing a window break, grabbing your tool, securing your loved ones, calling the police and announcing loudly that you're armed. These mental rehearsals create a blueprint in your mind. When faced with a real crisis, you'll be less likely to panic because you've already been there in your imagination. Use simple cue words or phrases to calm yourself. Words like steady or calm and ready repeated quietly can help stabilize your emotions in a high adrenaline moment. The idea is to build confidence so that if something does happen, you respond decisively instead of freezing in terror. Every small step you take now in training and preparation can make a huge difference if the unthinkable occurs. Your home defense plan isn't just for you. It involves everyone under your roof. Have a family meeting to discuss what to do if there's a suspected break-in. Explain it calmly, focusing on empowerment rather than fear. For young kids, keep it simple. You might say something like, if you hear me say our special code word, lock your door and stay quiet. For older kids, you can be more explicit. Tell them if they hear you shout a certain phrase, they should call 911 immediately. If one family member is responsible for ushering younger siblings into a locked room while you investigate, practice that scenario. Consider establishing code words that mean different things. One word could mean, someone's inside the house, take cover and stay quiet. Another phrase could mean, it's safe now, you can come out. If you fear that talking might give away your position, you could even prearrange flashlight signals. One quick flash from down the hall might mean all clear, 2 flashes might mean stay put. Run a few gentle drills so no one is confused if something real happens. Kids especially handle emergencies better if they've practiced beforehand. Reinforce good behavior with praise. Helping them understand this is about safety. When your family moves as a coordinated unit, you reduce chaos and confusion, increasing everyone's chances of staying safe. It's important to know the laws where you live. What does your state say about self-defense in the home? Are you protected by castle doctrine or stand your ground laws, or are you required to retreat if possible? Understanding these legal frameworks ensures that you won't hesitate unnecessarily if a threat is imminent, and also that you won't use force when it's not justified. If an incident occurs, call the authorities immediately. Keep your statements factual and brief. Something like, I was in fear for my life, I defended myself, and I will cooperate once I've spoken with my attorney. This shows you acted in good faith. Don't alter the scene, don't move evidence, and if you have video footage, preserve it. That footage can prove you were in the right. Document your security measures. Keep track of camera models, alarm systems, and any upgrades you've made. Not only does this help with insurance claims if damage occurs, but it can also demonstrate to law enforcement or a court that you took responsible steps to avoid violence. Your goal is to protect your family within the law. By knowing your rights and responsibilities, you approach home defense from a position of confidence, not fear. Home defense isn't static. As time passes, situations change. Maybe a neighbor moves out, streetlights burn out, or new houses are constructed, altering the sight lines in your neighborhood. You need to revisit your plan periodically. Test your alarms once a month. Check if your motion sensors still work. Replace flashlight batteries regularly. Trim foliage as it grows back. Stay alert to changes in your neighborhood. If crime rates shift or if suspicious activity is reported, adjust your strategy accordingly. Technology evolves too. Consider upgrading cameras as better models become affordable. Explore smart lighting systems that let you adjust brightness and schedules remotely. Be open to new ideas and techniques. Change your routine slightly every now and then so criminals can't predict your schedule. If you leave the lights on in a certain pattern every night, switch it up occasionally. Continuous improvement means you're never truly done setting up your home defense. You're always learning, always adapting. Read about new methods, stay informed about local security trends, and be prepared to invest a little more time or resources if it means improving your safety. This mindset ensures that if an intruder does come, they find a place that is well defended and always one step ahead. If you want to go beyond the basics, there are some more creative measures you can consider. For instance, creating a hidden safe room behind a bookshelf or a false wall can buy you critical time to call for help. A decoy safe left in an obvious spot, filled with fake valuables or a small amount of cash and old electronics, might distract a burglar and send them off feeling victorious, leaving your real valuables untouched. Some people set up covert cameras inside the home, cameras that aren't obvious. So if someone does break in and disables the main cameras, a hidden one might still catch them. Others experiment with ultrasonic deterrents that produce irritating sounds, encouraging intruders to leave quickly. Remote-controlled lighting systems can let you flood your yard or interior hallways with bright light at the touch of a button on your phone, startling an intruder who thought they were sneaking around in the dark. If you're inclined and it's legal where you are, you could even use a small home-use drone for exterior surveillance after being alerted by your sensors. While it might sound extreme, it's an example of how some homeowners push innovation to protect their families. Even simple tricks like leaving a large dog bowl or chew toys out front can create the illusion of a big dog on the premises. Criminals don't want the added complication of a barking, biting pet. Of course, not all of these ideas will fit everyone's lifestyle or budget. There are options to consider if you want that extra edge. The idea is to layer so many minor obstacles and deterrents that by the time a criminal weighs the effort and risk, they decide to move on. We've covered a lot of ground, from understanding how criminals think to making your home look too risky to target, from planning your interior defenses and tools, to practicing both physically and mentally, from coordinating with your family to knowing your legal rights and even exploring advanced tactics. The beauty of this layered approach is that you don't have to do everything at once. Start with one improvement, then another, gradually building a robust defensive posture. Each addition, each reinforcement, each drill you run, and each camera you install makes you and your loved ones safer. Ultimately, a strong home defense isn't about living in fear. It's about living with confidence. You can sleep better at night knowing you've taken responsible, thoughtful steps to keep danger at bay. You've done the neighborhood walks, studied your environment, set up deterrents and alarms, trained your mind and body, and prepared your family. You've created a plan you hope never to use, but you'll be grateful for if you need it. If you found these insights helpful, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and consider sharing this video with friends, family, or neighbors who might benefit. The more informed we all are, the safer our communities become. Together, by sharing knowledge and encouraging preparedness, we make it harder for criminals to succeed. Stay safe, stay alert, and remember, preparation is power. When you've done the work, you move through life knowing that even if the unexpected happens, you're ready. And that peace of mind is worth every bit of effort.